Hey Melter, Sue here. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a great day today. I was asked the other day about 3 quick tips that I could give to help people live a more active, healthy, abundant life. And I guess maybe, I think this month might be Health and Wellness Awareness Month, which shouldn't every month be Health and Awareness Month? Shouldn't we be thinking of our health and the awareness of health and well-being like every day? So I just want to point that out. It would be nice if we actually engaged in a daily self-care practice. So one of my quick tips, first of all, it seems like the one that we should all know, is what is the most important thing that we can do to keep our bodies feeling vibrant and healthy? Flat out, it's sleep. Sleeping. And so my tips on sleeping, there's 3. 1 is try to get to sleep at the exact same time every night. And I know that that's tough. The weekends come or you got friends over and all of a sudden it's 11 o'clock and you're still up, and I like to be asleep by 10 p.m. and sometimes that's difficult for me to do unless I'm in my daily routine. But you get off that routine, that's tough. But falling asleep at the same time of night, getting up at the same time in the morning, really very valuable if you can try to do that for yourself. The second thing is sleep in a climate-controlled, dark room. Like pitch black if you can get it. When I'm here in New York City, my room is like a vault. It is pitch black in there, and I still wear an eye mask. So even if you don't have problems with a dark room, still wear an eye mask. And if you can't get your room dark, an eye mask is definitely 100% one of the things that you should be working on. Second good tip for the day is what do you do as your most consistent daily self-care practice? What is it that you could think of that you feel is helping you from day to day and also ensuring a better tomorrow? I'm going to give you one. I think brushing my teeth, as being a simple thing, is something that I do every single day. Do you brush your teeth every day? I probably brush my teeth actually 3 times a day, but I 100% of the time brush my teeth every day. So that is a daily self-care practice. That's a good habit to be in. And so if you have a daily self-practice that you do pretty much consistently at the same time of day, I want you to add one more daily self-care practice to your life. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, is using one little ball, just a nice squishy ball, to use the Melt hand and foot treatment balls. Now there are other balls that you can use, but this one ball, this nice soft squishy ball, is all you need to get started with your Melt practice. And if you're not a person that is on Melt on demand, or you don't know anything about Melt, you could just head yourself on over to YouTube and type in Melt Method, and there's a channel with dozens and dozens of videos. I've taught classes on YouTube for you guys. There are videos up there. There's talks and conversations and all sorts of stuff to get you there. But there is something called the soft ball foot treatment, and all you need to do to improve your overall balance, stability, and well-being is learn how to use this ball on the bottom of your foot. There's 5 compression techniques that you're going to learn: position point pressing, gliding, shearing, rinsing, and friction. Treating the bottom of your feet seems like such a logical thing when I say it in my mind, but most people don't care for their hands and feet at all. And I always say, for all the time we spend trying to make our butt look more lifted in our jeans and trying to, feel better about ourselves by running on a treadmill like some sort of a rat in a wheel, we should spend just a little bit of time caring for the 2 most used parts of our body, because your world gets awfully small when you lose the ability to sense and feel the world around you. And how do we send and receive information into our bodies? Well, we have our common senses, the sight, taste, touch, sound, and hearing, and our touch receptors in our hands and feet diminish as we get older. And it's not when you're 80 or 90, by the way. By the time you're 40, your own sensory reception actually declines, which is why athletes reduce their performance as they get older, why older adults fall for no reasons, and also why we have so much prevalence of back and neck pain is really about how we're using our hands and feet. We are sending and receiving a lot of autonomic or subconscious information to our body through our hands and feet, and also through our skin receptors. So learning how to treat your feet, just treating your feet once a day, will take you about as much time as it does to brush your teeth. And you can learn how to use this ball underneath the bottom of your foot, and really over the course of just a week, you'll start to feel your balance is better. I brought people through a 30-day foot treatment where they just started doing it every single day. And in 30 days, interesting changes like I can balance on one foot, or I can bend over and touch my toes for the first time in 30 years. But interesting ones to me are my friends who say, you know, Sue, I walk to work and it usually takes me 25 minutes to walk to work. And now I walk to work in 18 minutes. I've shaved time off. Do you think I'm walking faster? And I just said, you just have a better stride. Your stride is more effortless. And so you're actually you're reserving more energy, and you've got more spring in your step. Our tissue, our fascia throughout our body is really a receptive system, especially in our feet. That elastic property begins with the bounce of the step of our feet. So melting your feet once a day can really help you with this. We also get people who start melting their hands and feet and sleep better. So, you know, seems kind of far removed, but I started this off with saying get a more restful night's sleep. This would be the thing to do it. Last but not least, I want to point this out. For any of you guys who have pain points in your body, one of the things that happens is at the end of the night, most of my clients will say, why is my pain more intense just before I go to bed? It's actually making it harder for me to fall asleep or stay asleep. And I said, well, in the daytime, your sympathetic or stress aspects of your nervous system are on. And so you're being inundated with information from everywhere else but what's going on inside your body. But at night, when we finally settle down, there's less input from the outside world. That's when this autopilot of ours, our subconscious aspect of our nervous system, right? The stuff below our conscious awareness starts to come up and speaks to us. It allows us to sense and feel now what's going on inside our body. So here's the thing. If you're suffering in pain, just melt up to an hour before you go to bed while you still have all the stimulus going on, and allow melt to be the thing that brings you down, to alter that sensory responsiveness in the nervous system. It will downgrade the pain sensations that you feel and upgrade your sense of balance and stability. So those are my tips today for how to live a more healthy, abundant life. Sleep in a dark room. Try to melt your feet. And again, just before you go to bed, always the best time to do it. And of course, reach out to somebody that you love. This is really the important thing, right? Is that we spend some time loving ourselves. Create some positive affirmations. Go on a negative diet. Stop with all of the negative chatter in your mind. Just like you're going to go on a diet and not eat sugar, let's go on a negative chatter voice diet, right? I want you to wake up with some positive affirmation. I love my life. I love what I'm doing. I love my family. I love the people around me. I'm so grateful for this day. Thank you, universe, for all that is. Wouldn't that be a nice way to start the day? And then maybe share your love with somebody that you love. And now that I have your attention, I want you to sip water frequently. I want you to eat water-filled foods. And today, before the weekend, I want you to reach out to one person that you love, and I want you to put some of your positive love that I've just offered to you. I want you to pay that forward and put it out to somebody else, and put some of your shining bright light to somebody else, because you never know. You might just transform that person's life, but for sure, you'll help elevate the frequency of the whole universe. I hope you guys are all doing great. Happy melting.